Welcome, weary travelers, to Torch Talk. I am your host, Hades Shadow Gaming, and with me I am joined by the Chaotic Jedi,
Hello there.
Rogue Leader, and Shady Potato.
Now get over here.
Wonderful.
Interesting way to greet our audience, Potato.
Sorry. She was jumping on. She was trying to jump into the damn chair with me. I had to put her in her kennel.
But do we want to start off as we usually do by giving a little rundown of everyone's week? Well, longer than a week at this point.
By a week.
I was gonna say we kind of been holding this off for a little while.
Indeed, we did.
Oh well, things kept coming up.
That's true. That's true. Also, I just want to point out. Also, I do want to point out, Hades finally got it right.
Oh, Torch Talk, yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're right.
It took him 2 weeks to do it, but he finally did it.
Go shut your fucking mouth. But yeah, everyone want to give the rundown of their weeks?
Mine was meh. Just doing what I normally do, trying to get caught up on stuff.
Well, Rogue?
Well, my past couple of weeks have been pretty good, especially since I got to meet 2 out of 3 of you.
Oh yeah, my trip.
Yeah, I was about.
Yeah, like last time we got together, you were on your trip
to North Carolina.
Yeah, that was a great trip. That was a great trip. We me, Turi, Amari, and Prez were all there for the whole week, and Rogue came out to spend the day with us, and we went axe throwing, and it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we actually have a video of it. My first throw was kind of meh, but the very next one was almost a bullseye, and I pretty much hit a bullseye almost every time after that.
Nice.
I don't know if you or your siblings actually had a video of me with my progress, but started up,
yeah.
meh. But
yeah,
as soon as the hour ended up, I was hitting them like on spot.
I heard a little bit about that.
Yeah, he was afraid of the. So every time he would throw it, he would flinch back, and him flinching back, like would yank back on the axe just enough to where instead of embedding into the wood, it would bounce off and come flying back at him.
Which was what I did not want it to do.
Yeah,
and it still did anyways.
So
you're like, don't come back at me. Oh, it's coming back at me.
Yes, you had to follow through with what, but once you started following through with the throws and you stopped being scared of it, and you kept your eye on target, you were hitting bullseyes for the rest of the night,
which was a good way to end it off.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
And the week after that, I did go by to visit Jedi and celebrate his birthday.
It was 2 weeks after that because we tried to make something work the week after, but your week schedule and mine did not work.
Was it the week after?
No, it was 2 weeks after.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Because we tried to do the week after you visited Tato, but your work schedule and mine did not work out.
Yeah, and then your birthday came up, and it was just like, oh, that's the best time to actually do something.
It didn't work out. Haha.
So when you go to visit Hades, you want to give him a little telegram from me?
Smack him in the head. Gotcha.
Yeah. Or use a saber and hit him in the nuts. Either way works.
In my head.
Either way works. Speaking of sabers, you and I actually did a little bit of a duel while I was down there.
Oh, yes, we did. It was fun. Hit me in the ring finger 3 fucking times.
Yeah,
It was worth it.
Thank you.
But I did take
And
him.
I heard while he was. Oh, go ahead.
And I also did take him bowling before this, and oh boy, you need work, buddy.
I
Hey,
heard that
the
while
last-
he was. Okay.
The last time I
That's-
actually went bowling was like 3 years.
I mean, you did pretty good. I'll give you that. After you took my coworker's advice and stood a little more to the left.
Yeah, I was just having fun with it. You and your coworker, though, you were just like shooting off back to back. It was
Oh,
like a
yeah, we got-
competition between you two.
I mean, seeing as he and I both used to bowl in league, and by nature it got competitive. But it was fun though. It was fun.
It was fun.
And if anything, when it comes to how much of a challenge Rogue was as a sparring partner, you and Hades are actually on par, and Hades is actually really good for his limited knowledge of sword fighting too.
Well, it comes with the
ouch.
perks of actually.
No, you're actually really
It
good.
comes with the perks of actually. It's mainly because I did take a little bit of fencing when I was 18, 19.
Yeah, but here's the thing: Hades had no knowledge before I taught him, and he did a really good job before I moved.
I mean, I used to play around with a stick as a kid, and me and my brother used to hit each other with it. That counts as
I
anything.
mean, what kid does not take a stick and whack each other with it?
That's fair.
I mean, self-teaching is a thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, have you seen the Raiden from Metal Gear self-taught himself how to use the blade?
That's true. That's true.
I want to play Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. I've heard it's good.
You should have gone. Wait, it's actually on Steam. You can get it.
If I had money, maybe. I still have to buy. I just spent like $120 on Christmas presents yesterday.
Speaking of games, does everybody have Dead by Daylight downloaded for later?
My Steam shit.
I may or
yeah.
may not
Yeah, I do.
be. I did promise Jacob I'd do something with him, so I may not be immediately on Dead by Daylight, but it depends.
That's all right. We'll probably get Nereza in this.
Yeah, mine should be good. Yeah, I think what my Dead by Daylight was, because I finally
That's my
figured out the
cue.
issue.
My kid just got here. That's my cue. I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like as I was looking at my Dead by Daylight update. Remember how around Halloween, I've been trying to join y'all, and for some reason it wouldn't download all the way. Yeah,
Mhm.
apparently the Halloween update was what was fucking up my Dead by Daylight download. Because as soon as Halloween ended, right? As soon as the Halloween events all ended and shit, right? My Dead by Daylight updated the rest of the way. I was kind of pissed.
Boy,
got
I'm
shafted.
gonna be really concerned if that's the same thing for the Christmas update.
I swear to God, if that's the case, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Jesus, I really fucking hope not. Like that would be no so bueno.
Yeah, right now my Dead by Daylight's currently updated to the most recent thing, so hopefully we're good.
Y'all already know what's going on with me with these last few weeks. I don't know if I should wait till Tato gets back to express it.
Should we be concerned about what you mean by express it?
What?
Like, what doth thou mean by expressing?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
This is you we're talking about.
You guys only assume I'm this overly vulgar person because a handful of jokes I made. But the rest of the shit y'all just assume about me. I don't even do the shit that y'all even say all the time.
Have you given us reason not to assume?
You mean besides the fact that I've kind of chilled out a lot, besides that one word?
Again, have you given us reason not to assume?
Yeah, I said besides the one word, I have chilled out like a 100%. Well, I'm 100%. That'd be not fun. But I've chilled out a lot.
Also, Jacob, if you're listening to
Like
the
fucking
podcast,
never mind.
fuck you. You know what you did.
You kidding? He would never watch my stuff.
Nah,
You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Nah, Jacob likes good content.
Clearly not good enough. We're the best there
Look,
ever
I know
is.
we're kind of starting off at a rough place, but ouch.
Yeah, right in the emotional damage, my
But listen,
guy.
that's a self burn, okay?
And we are.
Yeah, that's a quarter self burn because
a quarter self burn. Yeah, don't go dragging us down with you, bud.
I always drag y'all
Love you
down. What the fuck
too.
you talking about? This ain't different than normal. God dang it.
at least he knows he loves us.
Exactly. Yeah. As long as you all love each other, it's all good. Until we start to go at each other's throats. But that'll be for another episode.
Or make puns and then we
Oh,
all
no,
tell
that-
each other to kill each other.
No, that's mainly me.
I heard that Rogue executed Order 66 when he was down there.
Oh yeah, so
I'm
Nareza actually gave me a message. No, let me
I
tell
have
this story.
returned.
Let me tell
I
this
have
story. All right, welcome back. So Nareza gave me a message on Discord saying, "Hey, since you're going up to meet Jedi, execute Order 66," which is basically means poking Devin in the body.
And I'm a very ticklish person.
And now I know how to bother him if he ever comes up.
I will fucking kill
Bother, bother,
you. But now that Tato is
Alright.
back, so Hades, do you got any updates since we last gathered?
Well, it's the typical, got myself a new job, gonna be working in different schedules, so I won't always be fucking late to D&D, hopefully.
So nothing's changing. Got it.
No, because now instead of getting off at like 11, I'm getting off at 8 every night.
Which is not bad.
It's not bad.
That's good.
But this job is going to be a lot better, so maybe I'll actually be able to like afford games with y'all and stuff. We can actually, go a little more. We can expand our gaming library vastly past what we're currently doing.
Well, I'm still limited to PlayStation for the time being until I can send my computer in, which will hopefully be happening in January.
Nice.
Giving our prayers to
All right.
Kirith for you.
So we've been going for like 27 minutes. I'm gonna roll into today's main topic.
Roll for initiative.
God damn it.
Net one. Shit.
I got a 13.
19, got it. All right. So what I want to talk about is games that are like, while they're bad or seen as a disappointment, you love them. So it's kind of like an addendum off of our disappointing media thing.
So basically,
A guilty
uh,
pleasure.
a
guilty
guilty
pleasure.
pleasure.
Yep.
Oh, geez.
And I have one that I'm willing to reveal right off the bat. I'm looking like you can do any media, but like my mind went to video games specifically because even a bad video game can be a good video game.
Oh,
with
so
the-
it doesn't have to be restricted to video games. It could be any kind of media that
Yeah.
actually
Yeah,
is a
yeah,
guilty
yes.
pleasure.
Yeah, media's guilty
Yes,
pleasures.
but it's just with video games, it's a lot easier to be like, oh, it's a bad game, but I played through the entire thing,
It's like
rather than
you
oh, it's a
acknowledge
bad song, but I love it.
It's like you acknowledge that it's a bad show, movie, game, whatever, but you still find enjoyment in it regardless.
And the one I want to talk about is an old PS2 game, a Ghost Rider game.
Oh,
Now, of course, the game premise is all right. It's kind of cringy, you know, the typical Ghost Rider goes to hell and fights demons. You know, as baseline as you could get for it. And the fighting was actually pretty solid. It's like some Capcom level stuff. And it had like the you know, like the stylish bars that you'd get like you would in fucking Devil May Cry. Then you had the driving levels. Oh my fucking god. They're so horseshit. Because it's one of those where it's like you're heading in a straight line, you got to move left, right, you got to jump sometimes, you got to duck sometimes, you got to hit. And because it's the PS2 era game, there's a fucking control delay that just is the worst. Like, like the driving in that game is just so fucking terrible. And I'm seeing if I can Ghost Rider, yeah, a third party hack and slash. It was for PS2, PSP, and Game Boy Advance. And yeah, I remember like yes, the game features a system reminiscent that of God of War and Devil May Cry, even having some controls and styles of attack combos are done with bare hands with the demonic chains, and their overall mood setting and visual style are very much the same as those in the first installment of Devil May Cry. When on the Hell Cycle, Ghost Rider is still capable of performing some of the same chains attacks and can shoot hellfire. And I don't know if it was just the PS2 version, because apparently some of these other games had better racing, but the PS2 racing just sucked. Like, it's a good like someone like Devin would love it because of all like the references it has to the movie, and all like the all like the spirit of the character is still alive there. No, that's nothing against Devin, because if you love Ghost Rider, you're the same way. But like, not being someone who had watched Ghost Rider at the time and playing that game, it sucks so bad on those driving levels that none of the jokes or references made it even worth it at the time. I still almost beat the game to completion.
Wait a second. Are you telling me this is just a movie and licensed video game that
Yes,
is based
and
off of
the Matrix did
Nicolas
the same
Cage
thing too.
Ghost Rider?
The Matrix did the same thing too.
Yeah. And they originally had an Xbox version, but it was canceled.
Probably for good reasons.
I actually remember the Matrix video games. Those were a lot of fun, actually.
Like the one thing
I
love,
saw old. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, like the one thing I like about like either movies or video games based off the original source material is it depends on who it's made through, obviously, but the amount of attention to detail that's put in. So like if it has the same energy and the same feel as you get from the original thing for like the Matrix video game, like if you get that same feel that you get when watching the films, That's something I enjoy. Like that, I get that familiar feeling. The attention to detail.
You probably would have at like back when this was the norm of video games. Now you'll look at it kind of like a buggy, old, dated mess because that's kind of what it is now. Not its fault, of course. It's a product of 2007.
No, it's all its fault.
Shut up.
It's not the first buggy game I've ever played.
Keep quiet, Rogue. I'm joking. But yes, this was released in 07. In most of the world. It was all throughout February. But it was like it wasn't, well, like I said, it's not a bad game for just the fighting parts. It's like your guilty pleasure Devil May Cry or whatever you like to play, but like the driving makes the game something. Look at this. Here are the ratings: 68 out of 100 on Metacritic for the Game Boy Advance version, 54 out of 100 for the PS2 version, and 49 for the PSP version. Yeah, it was not well received. One website gave it a 1 star.
You're like, hey, fuck what the public has to say. As long as you enjoy it, it's all good.
Oh yeah, I honestly think that I would love to get a fucking thing of it on my channel, but trying to record fucking PlayStation 2 games that emulators a nightmare. All right, who would like to go next in this guilty pleasure escapade?
Don't phrase it like that. Don't phrase it like that.
So Jedi, you're volunteering.
Yeah.
How dare
So
you!
should you.
Oh man. So that actually does. God. Alright, cool.
The worst part is I didn't even plan on syncing with Hades at that
Neither
point.
did
That's
I.
terrifying. That's terrifying that you both all synced up like that. But fuck.
We're about the same age. Is it really that terrifying?
Yes. But it's my guilty
Well,
pleasure.
considering Doug couldn't tell your two voices apart before anyway.
Yeah, but with Doug is between me and
Sorry, Jedi, go ahead.
Hades. With Doug is between me and Hades. This was between Rogue and Hades. And Rogue wasn't with us at the time.
It was Rogue. It was no. I'm sorry. It was Rogue and you actually.
Was it?
It was Rogue
Yeah.
and you that he couldn't tell the difference.
Doug?
between both for a while.
Duh.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I know Ezra admitted to not being able to tell between me and Rogue.
Yeah. Ezza was the one who said that.
Ah, okay.
But sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Jedi.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah. So my guilty pleasure, and you'll see this around like all the different platforms of like the Sonic fan base. Sonic 06.
Sonic 06.
Yeah, Sonic 06. Yeah, but like hear me out, right? So like even though the game has its glitches and bugs and whatnot, the thing that makes it fun for me is actually the post game stuff. Especially like when you go back in each episode after you've beaten the main storyline, there's like a lot more that you can explore and do once everything's kind of open to you. And there's like some stuff in the in-game shops that you can get post game, and it'll let you explore around in more places than you could before. Have more gimmicks you can play with. Like it's a lot of fun. And then
Understandable.
yeah, and then you can actually like take your time and actually like doing like the side missions and whatnot too. If you really want to, get 100% completion under your belt.
Oh, you're not one of those people who goes and does every fucking side mission before you
I mean,
complete the main mission.
Yeah, no, because then I'm like taking longer in the
It's too
main
long.
game. Like I want to do it like after I've beaten the game, but on my own time. Just like
That
with
makes sense,
platform,
I guess.
just like with platformer games, I try to run through it at least once before I try my hand at fancy platforming and speed running.
That's that. I get that one, or what you did with fucking the Force Unleashed.
I only
Or-
ever played the Force Unleashed 2.
Or sorry, that's the one
Oh.
that he did it with. He did a little glitch at the beginning that gives you like the infinite point.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you like tape down like your analog stick, going straight down, it's the hallway scene in Force Unleashed 2 when you're like running through Camino, and there's like a gunship firing at you. Just hold the control stick, like,
Oh, yeah,
with
I remember
either
that.
like a rubber band or tape or whatever you decide to do, and just hold it down and just let it run. You can go and do other things in the meantime, like go eat or whatever. And you'll eventually rack up like infinite force points that you can spend on abilities. So you can, like, before you get to, I think it's Catanomoidia, I think, you can have all your abilities maxed out.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you have all your abilities maxed out before you even finish Camino. Little time consuming, but once it's done, shit gets fun.
I could see how that could be fun. But I like the good gamer. I always recommend you do it once normal before you do the cheaty versions.
Yeah, exactly. You enjoy the game for what it has first, then you can go back through and be a cheating dickwad.
You could cheat all you want after you've done it normally.
Yay! Watch how you cheating ends up getting you like the secret ending.
You've cheated, so now you have gotten the secret ending.
like the Stanley Parable, you get the serious.
Pardon? Yeah, serious build gets you ending 3 out of 20, but the cheaty build gets you the true ending. Alright, so Sonic 06 and apparently Force Unleashed 2 are your guilty pleasures.
Yes.
R0UGE LE4DER.
Oh boy, where do I even pick? Since Devin did pick one of the two that actually I was going to talk about.
I mean, like, what's your opinion on the one I covered? You know, I would like to know your end.
Honestly, looking back on it now, I can enjoy Sonic 06 as it is now, even with all the glitches. I even played through the entire game in like a couple of days with like little to no issues, regardless of like every single glitch that happens. Because
I'm still salty about that.
oh man, the sad thing about it though, when I was like 6-year-old rogue, I played through that game and my disc just somehow got messed up after trying to race what was that guy's name?
Sonic Man.
or something. But I guess in recent times I would have to say that my guilty pleasure would have to be
It's not real. Mine wasn't recent.
no. I know that. It's just like thinking about a game that I played through recently that I do love, even though everyone still kind of hates.
Oh,
It's
I have another one of that.
it's honestly Mass Effect Andromeda.
I agree. And we can go over this more a different time, but yeah, I agree with you on this one.
Because like it's got its own it's trying to veer off from the main story. I like to think of it as like as like a
3.5?
spin-off series or like you know how like The Walking Dead has its like off series where it's just
Oh
like
yeah,
focusing
Fear
on
the
like
Walking Dead.
yes, Fear the Walking Dead.
And that-
The Mass Effect Andromeda is basically its own Fear the Walking Dead.
I think it's gonna eventually loop in, but yeah, I can see your view on that. Anything else you want to go over with that one?
Um, but yeah, like honestly, gameplay mechanic wise, I honestly think it's better than the original trilogy because you got the Nomad and you got fluent movement. You can jump. You can jump in the game. That
Okay,
is like
yes,
a big game changer.
the vehicle and the addition of jump do make the game better. Because fuck the Mako.
Hey, I love the Mako.
Yes, but then you also hit a random polygon and go 5 feet into the air. Speaking from experience.
Whee!
You sound traumatic. You sound like you had a traumatic experience with the Mako. Me, on the other hand, I fucking love it.
Dude, I love it, but then I go and play the fucking DLC. I hit this wayward light, and I end up five systems away.
Honestly, it's more exciting than the Hammerhead.
Fair. The character models look like shit, but that's BioWare in a nutshell.
Yeah, the character models, facial tracking, even some animations do look a bit PlayStation 2 era, but you know what? It's still a decent game on its own. If it did not honestly, if it did not have the Mass Effect title stamped onto it, it would probably be a decent game by itself.
Probably. The I forgot what I was gonna say. So, anything else you want to add to that, Rogue? Because I was gonna add something, but I can't remember now.
Actually, one more game comes to mind that actually no, it's not a game. It's actually a movie that I actually find entertaining. So, Adam Sandler. We all know the man. We've seen his work.
Much that, yeah.
Yeah.
So, there is a 2002 animated film that he made long before Hotel Transylvania, and it was based on like it was based on like in Christmas and Hanukkah times. It's called Eight Crazy Nights.
Yeah. I just watched this.
I've never seen it.
I just watched this the other day. It's free on YouTube with ads.
It is free. It's free on YouTube. Watch it at your own leisure.
Watch it, yeah.
Wait, what was it?
8 Crazy Nights.
It's called 8 Crazy Nights. And honestly, if I need to shut off my brain for a good hour or so and just have a good laugh, 8 Crazy Nights is the way to do it.
I mean,
Is this like a Christmas movie?
It's
Yeah.
a Christmas Hanukkah movie.
Okay.
It's anything Adam
I can see how
Sandler
this could be
does.
a nice.
Oh,
It
you
looks like
think
it's kind of a shut your brain off kind of movie.
I mean, it's,
you
No
think
offense.
it's gonna be kid friendly? No, it's not. It's actually an adult film.
I mean,
in an
neither was
animated series.
Sausage Party, but you look what we got.
Oh no, don't you dare bring Sausage Party into this. I had an oh.
I've never watched Sausage Party.
Be thankful that you didn't.
Why?
It's bad. That's all I need to say.
I've heard some people say it's good.
You need to check their brainwaves, see if they're functioning.
Do I need to check Devin's brainwaves?
I mean, Tana, what's your input on all this? Or do you have like a contribution here?
I don't really have anything to say. I've never played any of the games that are being mentioned or seen any of the movies that are being mentioned.
Well, if you want to watch 8 Crazy Nights, definitely go onto YouTube and just look it up.
Well, we'll have to do a
I
watch
gathered
party.
that. I gathered that.
Maybe we'll have to do a church watch party at some point.
Oh
hell
my
yeah.
god. You know what? That would be that would be the next thing that we'll have to do for ourselves.
Yeah.
Just reacting to a terrible film.
Treasure, fucking Christ, I can't speak. Treasure chest of
What else
trash.
is
Excuse you?
there? You heard me.
I know. Now, what guilty pleasure would you like to contribute?
Actually, I've actually got 3, excluding my current interest in Genshin Impact.
Oh
Um,
yeah. You've been playing
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah,
that
yeah,
recently.
that
I-
won the
I
game
have-
rewards
I have-
for player pick.
Yeah, I've been really hard into Genshin Impact recently, even though it's a gacha game, which is like the one thing that I hate about it. But it's a really good game. But that's the like I said, that's not one of the 3 that I'm talking about here. 2 of them are still somewhat recent. Like I'll go back and play these 2 games every once in a while. But the first one that I'm going to talk about was one I played back when I was still in the military. I don't know if you guys ever heard of a game called it was out before PlayStation 4 ever came out. It was a game called Catherine.
I've
Oh,
heard of that
heard of
game.
it.
I never played it.
I've heard of it.
I only
I
know
know
of it
about it.
because it's got that same Shin Megami Tensei art style,
Yeah,
and it's
and
it's
I
got the
love
voice actor Troy Baker in that game.
Yeah,
Oh, is
so
he?
basically it's this puzzle game where you like you go through a series of scenes and you make choices, and based on what choices you make determines like all the choices that you make throughout the game determine what ending you get at the end.
So like a choose your own
Um,
adventure.
and sort of, but the main idea is this guy, he's dating this girl named Catherine. She's looking for him to commit, but he's not a guy that commits. Like he's not ready for that commitment yet. And so he starts having these really weird nightmares. And this succubus, whose name is also Catherine, except instead of being spelled with a K, her name is spelled with a C, starts to visit him in these dreams, and he cheats on his Catherine with her. And it's and then he has the nightmare later on. The dream turns into a nightmare later on, and the nightmare is you have to pull out these blocks and make a path for yourself and climb this tower before the monster at the bottom climbs up and fucking and eats you or whatever. And the monster changes each time, and there are different variables. But it is it's basic, and like the basic premise of it is because he's not willing to commit, this entity is trying to get rid of him, so that Catherine can move on to somebody who will commit to her, um, so that the process of life can continue and whatnot. And if you die, like if you lose, you die. And it's there are several different endings you can get. The first one is he finally grows a pair and commits, and they get married. The second one, I spent a lot of time playing this game, more time than I should have. I got all of the endings. I got all of the endings.
This game sounds like it might be something I might actually like.
Honestly,
Honestly, Hades, you might enjoy Catherine. You
We
might
had
enjoy
Hades at
Catherine.
Succubus.
I was gonna say because like fuck you. Because I love like Persona 5, so
Yeah, it's not anything like Persona 5, but it's got that art style. Sort
like
of.
I said, Shin Megami Tensei art style.
Yeah, and I thought it was a good game. but there were a lot of people that gave it bad reviews. But yeah, I got every ending that you could get. The second ending, they don't get married, but they're taking the next steps in their relationship kind of thing. The third ending, he actually leaves Catherine and goes for the succubus Catherine and ends up staying with her in hell.
Interesting.
And the fourth ending, he again leaves his Catherine, goes to be with the succubus Catherine in hell, and ends up somehow becoming a demon more powerful than Catherine's father.
How do you wind up like that?
Good question. It never really explained. Like it was just like, hey, here's what happens if you go full, wrong choices.
Like, how can I fuck up? You become a demon more powerful than my dad. Hold up, what?
That's awesome.
Yeah, like, it was really weird. It was a really weird ending. Needless to say, that one was not my favorite. But
It sounds
yeah.
like a whole fever dream in a nutshell.
Yeah, kind of.
It does.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like that game for a long time was a guilty pleasure of mine. But one game, actually two games that will always be guilty pleasures that I will always enjoy no matter how many times I play them, because it was the first two video games I was ever introduced to in my life. These were the first two games that I was ever introduced to. Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy X-2.
Okay, I can see that.
I absolutely love those games, even though a lot of people say that they're terrible. And as far as 10-2 is concerned, I agree. It's not the best, but I still love those games. I still like the when the remastered version came out and I played through it. It was a huge nostalgia trip for me. Huge nostalgia trip.
Honestly, 10's a little bit better than 13, so I don't blame you for considering that like your favorite game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And actually, one of the biggest things, one of my favorite, my favorite character in that game was Orin. He had this big ass fucking sword, and all of his abilities were just kick ass.
Was that the guy voiced by Steve Bloom or something? Or
I don't know the names of the voice actors. You're not going to get that out of me. I don't know.
Barking up the wrong tree. Gotcha.
Didn't pay attention to any of that. All right. I just enjoy playing the game. But yeah, the Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy X-2 were remain to this day my biggest guilty pleasures.
I can see that, but it's a different type of guilty pleasure when it's something you're like first introduced to. Then just
like those two games are like the every time I play it, it's the biggest nostalgia trip ever.
That's fair. A similar one for me, that I would say is a nostalgia trip would be like, you guys ever play Bully?
Oh, is that the video game made by Rockstar where it's just like you going to school at this like shitty academy or something?
Yeah, it's actually okay. The story is actually somewhat decent in my opinion, but I get where people don't like it.
No,
but
I only say shitty academies because like all the faculty and the students are like the worst kind of people.
Oh yeah, it's Rockstar. What do you expect? They're always the worst kind of people.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Like I bump into a guy on GTA 5 in the street, and he's like, "Watch where you're going, asshole! I'll punch the holes in you."
Like I seen Bully like on the shelves at Walmart. I just never think to really go out of my way and get it. It doesn't seem like something that's up my
It's-
alley.
I mean,
It's just in the back burner.
Yeah,
It's
kind of really.
it is the school version of GTA.
So pretty much, I'm just playing GTA, but not GTA. Is what you're telling me.
Yes, essentially, you are playing like
Rogue
well, you're playing like
Galactic.
grade school GTA.
Mm.
Okay, I get it. It's like playing GTA at baby's first day at art camp.
Little Timmy, what you learned
The-
today?
the
I
other
learned how to wield a gun.
I learned how to make dynamite. That is a thing you can learn how to make.
I mean, stick some dry ice and put it into a bottle with a little bit of water, and there you go. You got yourself a bomb right there. We don't condone you making this stuff,
You have
by
an
the way.
actual bomb.
We,
Making a dry ice bomb is actually making a bomb, so just be careful with that.
oh, Jesus.
I was gonna say when you fucking when you work with dry ice, you do have to be careful because you can't easily accidentally make that into a real live bomb. There's a reason Markiplier didn't.
Dry ice is not something you want to just fuck with.
Oh no!
That's
One
what
touch of it can get you hypothermia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's frozen carbon dioxide. That shit like yeah, that's cold.
And it can fucking kill you in your sleep too. The vapors that come off of it,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
it can kill you in your sleep.
Carbon dioxide vapors. That is scary way to die.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey.
It's a very terrifying way to. That's why the idea of like accidentally falling asleep in your garage is so scary.
That's monoxide, not dioxide. That's a different thing there.
It's still same kind of lethality. Like like I don't know if it'll kill you exactly the same way, but
I don't have a garage, so
Neither do I.
I'm good.
Tato is safe.
Neither do I.
Kato is certified board safe.
Certified board say what the fuck. Yeah, but yeah, this is why like if you're doing like the witches cauldrons that you like see people do for like Halloween, that's why you don't want to use too much dry ice. Like the smallest, like a penny-sized piece of dry ice is probably all you will need, and it'll last you the whole Halloween event. It's like when you have like a punch and you like want it to like bubble and smoke like a witch's cauldron. Like you only need like a penny-sized piece of dry ice and you're good for the whole time.
It's pretty impressive, to be honest.
Oh yeah, like I love C-nose, but at the same time too, it's like you go to dry ice and the carbon dioxide and the whole 9 yard thing. Like you want to do that kind of thing like outside.
You know what's really cool? Like, I don't know why this made me think, like, this whole conversation made me think of this, but the fact that liquid nitrogen can freeze air.
Oh yeah.
Have
Oh,
you ever
ooh,
been
ooh,
have you ever been to science class where they brought in liquid nitrogen and like they were making ice cream with liquid nitrogen?
Or they
And then
dip marshmallows in it.
some of it spilled or yeah, something like that. And then like some of it spilled out and you see you hear the fucking air bubbles just clink along the ground and then wiggle around as they get smaller and smaller and disappear because they're melting.
And the
Because
most
they're rapidly melting with the temperature of the air.
yeah, and the fun thing about liquid nitrogen, it's like if it's like a small amount and it's not on your hand for so long, you can actually like pour it on your hand and you'll be fine because that thin layer of the nitrogen gas between the liquid and your hand. As long as you like let it run off like just as soon as it makes contact, but it's like it doesn't give you like hypothermia or whatever dry ice would give you if you hold it for too long. But like it's fun to watch. I watch a lot of King of Random. I see shit like that.
It was a lot of fun to watch them experiment with.
But the one fun thing is really cool to see,
Oh.
like with liquid nitrogen turning solid. Have you ever seen air turn into like liquid, like pure oxygen liquid? Like you have to, you have to super cool that.
Watch
shit.
his video over it.
Yeah, I have seen liquid oxygen. It's supposed to be poisonous as fuck.
But if you're careful with it, it's even colder than like liquid nitrogen.
Yeah, because it's super cool, like almost to the point super critical.
I've seen a video. This is unrelated to liquid nitrogen, but I've seen a video of a man sitting out in like freezing temperatures, like during the winter, where he took a bucket of water, threw it up in the air, and it just immediately evaporated.
I would assume it was
probably.
warm water.
It was probably hot water. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that
How did we get to the topic of dry ice exactly?
You brought it up because of Bully.
Yeah.
Oh, because he made the joke. He made the joke of of making a dry ice bomb.
Well, you talked about making dynamite, so it's kind of related.
So, Rogue,
I just said he made dynamite.
Rogue, have you watched any more into Psych? Speaking of dry ice.
I've been trying to find a way to actually watch the series outside of like paying a subscription to what's it called, the
Peacock.
Peacock. I've been trying to look for like a way to buy the series on like the Microsoft Store.
I don't think that there is. I think Peacock kind of holds the market for that show right now. But ask Amari. She'll probably let you use her stuff.
I will keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm. But speaking of, you don't want to, you want to be careful with dry ice and not be stupid. There's an episode where he fucking puts dry ice in his mouth.
Oh my god.
That sounds like okay. Don't get me wrong. You can do that if you're trained, but that just sounds like the worst idea.
Yeah.
Like never mind, I'm not gonna make that joke. I'll make that joke after church. After the fucking
And back to saying it wrong.
Yeah.
We're back to saying it wrong.
That wasn't on purpose. I had a lot of spit in my mouth.
Sure.
That one was me fucking up during it. Yes. Torch. After Torch, I'll make that joke. I'm not making that. I'm not giving y'all any ammunition. Oh fuck. Any other guilty pleasures we want to go through?
No, I pretty much aired out my laundry.
So
yeah, I kind of. Oh, it sounds like Devin's got one. Give us.
I was gonna say.
I'm not guilty for this.
Devin.
So I got one that's it's a pleasure, but not really a guilty pleasure. So it's a zombie game, and I highly doubt y'all heard of it. Lollipop Chainsaw.
Oh my god! I never finished the game, but I know exactly what you're talking about because my old girlfriend used to make me get it.
I've never played it. But
I've seen gameplay. I have seen gameplay.
I had the fucking embarrassing achievement.
There is a achievement that
Yes.
basically labels you as a fucking pervert.
I have because she flipped in front of the camera during a cutscene. And it's like, oh, you got the thing. Didn't even
Yeah.
look up.
Like, I only watched.
It's like you made me get a game. You fucking made me get it.
I've always wanted to get the game. I've only watched the gameplay footage, but like again,
Dude,
it's a pleasure to watch.
Dude, if you ever go into like the mode where you're like just insta killing zombies with a chainsaw, they have "Oh Mickey, You're So Fine" playing.
Oh, you mean
Okay.
oh
Yeah. Yeah. You know exactly what I'm saying.
It's like when I was
you mean
younger.
sparkle hunting?
Yeah, like when I was in high school, right? When I first, it was late middle school, like 8th grade, when I first found out about this game. The first thing that went through my mind is, damn, Julia's boyfriend's lucky. His head's always near.
Anyone who's played God of War 1, Mimir, essentially. Anyone who's played God of War 2016, he's essentially Mimir.
But though I gotta give it props where it's due, it is a pretty Lollipop Chainsaw was actually a pretty badass game.
Don't get me wrong, it was
the
fun.
weirdest.
It's just weird.
It's like if you have a girl,
No,
like if you have a girlfriend, don't play it with
Hades,
them.
no.
My girlfriend wanted me to play it. What are you talking about?
She's weird.
Yeah, you know who that was.
Oh, I do.
Yes.
I do want to point out that was the fastest I've made everyone in a call groan.
I didn't groan.
Yes, you did.
I didn't groan. No, I was like, I know what you're talking about. You're not playing with me.
And the other two were like,
I can't
oh.
believe you brought it up.
The part that made me sigh was Little Game Lollipop Chainsaw. What? Do you know how popular that game actually was? Like hell, the game I mentioned didn't even get a review by like most people. Yours got a review by fucking everyone who played it.
That's why I said it's not a guilty pleasure; it's just a pleasure.
No, that is definitely a guilty pleasure.
It's a guilty pleasure because you should be ashamed of playing that.
I never played it. I just want to watch
feel
the
all the
gameplay
shame.
footage.
Regardless, any near sight, hearing, sound.
Okay, no, that
I was
game
a
halfway
teenager.
decent.
I was a teenager.
The
What did
game's
you want?
The game is halfway decent because while it is dumb and stupid, Julie is never seen as an idealistic person. She's seen as a murderous psychopath.
Okay, what does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. But I'm saying the game's not bad. The game's not bad. There's a lot. There's a lot of good to it. It's just, it's weird. It's a fucking. It's oh god. It's like the one guy who makes games that I can't remember if it's by him or not. I have to look up another one of his games to look up his name.
He's just distracted by the killer bod.
One sec. Fuck, where is he?
Oh, I just got a notification that we're under winter storm warning.
Either way, it was the guy who made Killer 7. It's like his games, honestly.
Okay, but Killer 7 and Killer's Dead, like those games are actually pretty decent.
No, but so is Lollipop Chainsaw. They're all just fucking weird as hell. If you take out the weirdness of Lollipop Chainsaw, which is inevitably the skimpily clad high schooler.
Hey, no.
It's just a colorful zombie shooter. Or a colorful zombie hack and slasher. But yeah, if you take out all like the like it's just is in my opinion, a charming zombie
that a-
hack and slash.
Is that an Elvis head she has hanging?
No,
from
that's
her
her.
belt?
No, that's
No,
her
that's her
boyfriend's head.
That's her undead boyfriend.
That's
He
her
just-
boyfriend's head.
That's her boyfriend's
Oh,
head.
yeah.
Oh,
Who is
wonderful.
still alive?
Okay.
Who is still
That's
alive?
why I said
Like it
come here.
talks. It still talks to her too.
Oh, it still talks to her. Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, it still talks.
Oh, no, that's good. Oh, yeah, I definitely want to play this game now.
Do you see how I say this game's weird? It's not a bad game. I don't care what Rogue says. Like Rogue, you're my friend. I don't care what you say. It's not a bad game. It's just fucking weird.
Oh, then you
Well,
look at her
backhand
family member. You look at.
compliment. You Rogue, you're my friend, but I don't care what you say.
It's like then you look at Juliet's family members.
It's your opinion. Oh yeah, do not play it again with your family members. It's like don't play Stick of Truth without headphones.
Honestly, like this seems like a game that you would play through one time and then never pick up again.
Actually, yeah, that's a fair thing.
As you hide like all the
right.
100 snapshots you took of this game in your console.
It's like secret folder. All right. But I think that is where we're going to leave this Torch Talk, Weary Travelers. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like, subscribe for more of this kind of thing. Next week we're gonna be having Kato be our host. Is that the fucking Halloween or not the Halloween fucking Christmas special?
Let's do the
How-
time warp
Halloween
again.
game.
December.
Let's do the time warp
Oh, it is
again.
going to be the Christmas special, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
And then the one
Next
after that is
week
gonna
in
be
New
New Year's,
Year's.
and that's gonna be me.
It's gonna be me.
Oh, good.
We're getting drunk. I'm gonna be taking shots during New Year's.
I will pre-prepare getting some Crown
Alright.
Royal.
All right. Well, weary travelers, we will see you next time.
I bid thee farewell.
Arrivederci.